Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Anabolic beat.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Good morning, everybody. Krishna makes everything so auspicious. You're so amazing. Thank you for helping us in so many wonderful ways. Thank you, Radha. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Okay, a little traditional. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Chitananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 oh my Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I don't know how much ecstasy I can take, man. Woo! Oh boy. Oh my Lord. Ooh. Ah. Wow. Wow. Oh my Lord Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe. Oh Govinda. Hare Krishna. Where's everybody? Does anybody want to come on? Oh, Gauranga. Krishna. Gauranga. Nityananda. Oh, Krishna.
Thanks for using.
This poor frail body can't take too much of this. It's so wonderful. God is, wow. Grace upon grace upon grace. It's like Lord Chaitanya says, it's the white lotus of great fortune when you start to really feel, the surrendering to the name, and then the Lord just takes you, Radha and Krishna just take you on a ride, man, It's, the most beautiful thing in this, I would say, universe. Yeah. YouTube stream, yeah, isn't it? Well, yeah, I think we're streaming on YouTube too. Yeah. Let's hear Lord Chi. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is just this chanting this name just gets better and deeper, and it's really the shelter of this world. This really. It's so relevant now. People really need this. There's no escaping these miseries except through this real bhakti, man. Yeah. It just, it's the vibration. It's a vibrational thing. It just lifts the vibration. I know this is doing something in this world. Also, and not only in my world, in my temple, but the emanation, from these devotees, who chant the holy names with taste. From them, ecstatic prema emanates. See, this emanation changes the vibration of the world. Yeah, vibration, especially people watching. Yeah. Usually we're held down by the lower vibration, especially now, lower vibration. We're counteracting the vibration. They're putting out words that lower the vibration to fear and panic and anxiety, lizard brain stuff, really, cold and fearful. And this raises the vibration, just on it counteracts. It's more power. Yeah, high even positive vibrations higher than the negative. See, mode of ignorance, mode of goodness. But this, oh my God, transcendental vibration. She whiz. That's a whole nother animal. Francis, Hare Krishna. Hey, thank you. You need hot transcendental tea. This is my transcendental tea. I'm drinking Lord Jagannath today. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah. That's why, chanting the holy name raises the vibration. Then we can appreciate the consciousness of the acharyas who write these scriptures. You can appreciate the glorification of transcendental truth that transcends the material dualities. Otherwise, you really can't appreciate. Got a customized paint bike. It's full-on moving link for your life story. Oh, Jesus Krishna. Oh, amazing. So full of bliss and mercy from this worldly stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, man, this is such a wonderful gift to share, and so I think we should share it more, share the videos where people can chant together. And will help so much people, make them happy in a very tough time. I mean, everything is part of the Lord's plan. It just everything is, even his shadow. It's his shadow. It's connected to him, and through that is. But even that, the Lord it's part of the Lord, and ultimately it's going to help us. So full of bliss, yeah. Yeah, it's all about bliss, man. Yeah. People don't, know these words in the world so much. They're not, really know them. I mean, bliss, ecstasy, rapture, um, um, devotion, the word devotion. People only know maybe devotion to children, devotion to money, devotion. Can you imagine having devotion to the spiritual form of God? See, that's his name, his pastimes. There's such a whole nother level of relish and enjoyment in the transcendental form of the Lord. I feel so grateful. I mean, really, feel fortunate and blessed. And I want to pay it forward, have others to also feel this blessing, experience this amazing grace of this name, and the pastimes of the Lord. Speaking of the pastimes, let's look into this a little bit here. Let's read some beautiful things. Here's just pulled up something. Text 2 of the Bhagavatam. Yeah, actually, let's go to text 1. Oh, my Lord, Sri Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Vedavyas. Oh, my Lord, Sri Krishna, O son of Vyasadeva. Oh, all-pervading personality of Godhead. Let's say that again. Oh my Lord. 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 Blissful Lord, ecstatic Lord. Oh my Lord. What a Lord to have, huh? Oh my Lord. Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna. Radha and Krishna, my Lord. Sri Krishna. The complete personality of Godhead. Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna. Son of Vasudev. Son of Vasudev. Oh, all pervading, all pervading personality of Godhead. Oh, all pervading. I remember in the 1970s, the Lord let me see that. That was just so awesome to perceive. I was lifted into this state of ecstatic rapture and communion, and I could perceive that all pervading Lord. He was in everything, man. And I was individual. I was also like perceiving that it's like, there's God who's being that, he's the Lord, he's being that. But then God to perceive that as like a point of that, that all pervasive being totally, connected with it. And it's just everywhere. The Lord is everywhere. I couldn't quite understand the Lord really intimately. See, that was when I got Prabhupada's books. And I wondered, oh yeah, he's the all-pervading Lord, and he's also the son of Mother Yashoda and Yamasude. Oh, this sweet aspect, this very endearing aspect. I got to see in this lifetime both aspects to be able to relish that. How fortunate, my goodness. So it's so nice. Pay it forward, man. May you also have such amazing blessings here. People are already getting them. It's nice to see, it's nice to see this. Yeah. Yeah. Andromeda says, "This is how I love to see you." Yeah, yeah. It's a package, though. Lord Chaitanya is a package. The devotees are a package. It's like Nishingadev. He showed that form, Sometimes he shows another form, really like sometimes soft like a flower and then sometimes hard like Nishingadev, What are you going to do? I can't control it. I don't want to control it. Just let the Lord have his way, man. Whatever you want. It seems to work out because I watch, different moods of the Lord, have manifest through the devotees, Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Yeah. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth. See, absolute truth. Oh man, that is so significant. I meditate on Sri Krishna because he's the absolute truth. That's solid. See, absolutely everybody in the world, see, they're weakened because of speculation, but the absolute truth makes you so strong spiritually and even physically. Even in the scientifically, I showed you the little thing I put on the. You can check it out about the pineal gland. It's something to do with that, the um, when I had that vision, in the before that other thing I just mentioned, a year or two before that, had the vision. This opened, and I could see into the spiritual dimension. Um, it's really significant. And then I had this open. I had both chakras open. It's significant so the energy can flow and manifest, and that's why probably part of the teaching here is this connection with the pineal and the crown chakra opening. And I knew that was the esoteric truth about Jesus, the crucifixion and all that stuff. That's what a lot of people are going through here. You're going through when if you're a miserable being here sometimes, like people are saying, sometimes they're going through some really down in the dumps. This is the crucifixion of the false ID. It's like a dark night of the soul, but you'll get through it. You just stay close, hang out, and you'll get through it more and more. Everybody has some more degree to go through. And when you go through, like you could see, this is like a crucifixion. And then, look at like Lolita, she went through a kind of a dark period. And now look at this, just ecstatic, and more and more so all the time. And yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's wonderful, this whole thing, this whole journey. Uh, yeah. And yeah, this ecstasy, this name, it enables us to relish these truths written by these acharyas, because they're writing these things in very high elevated consciousness. So when we are elevated in chanting, especially, then we're not just reading these things; we're tasting the truth of these names. They're meant to be tasted. And this is what our preaching is to help people come to the level of tasting these verses. And that's the greatest scholarship, is is tasting these verses. And then this, by inspiration from God, you say things. The Lord speaks through you. It's like a song of, like Bhagavad Gita was a song of God. So he came through Vedavyas's writings. uh, Yes. O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. See, respectful obeisances. It's showing. See, people are giving respect to the Lord's shadow. See, and they're paying obeisance, which is okay. That's almost like a training thing. Giving respectful obeisances to the Lord's shadow, to different levels of teachers, teachers, giving obeisances and respect and their attention and learning and listening. See, but that's all in the Lord's Maya. And when the bona fide spiritual masters, when you're ready to be delivered, you pay your obeisances in this direction here. And now you're paying your obeisances to the transcendental absolute truth as it is. See, so that's why when you start to do that, like here, because this is authorized transcendental distribution of the absolute truth, people have spiritual experiences very quickly. See, because you're doing it, you're not paying your obeisances to the Maya, to the illusory potency on these various levels. You're paying your obeisances to where in the temple we're speaking the absolute truth as it is, actually, because you cannot speak the absolute truth as it is without tasting it. You have to come to the level of tasting these truths. It's actually spiritual food. It's very enlivening. See, and that's why devotees, when they comment and say, "Yeah, now I'm getting revelations and realizations," so by being here, and see, you're cultivating the eternal path here. Very powerful. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. He is directly and indirectly conscious. Okay? So that's Krishna. He's directly and indirectly conscious. And when we're purified and illuminated, see, so you see the Lord is looking through your eyes, and you become directly conscious of the absolute truth, and indirectly conscious is the consciousness of those who are in Maya. In Maya, they're looking out and they're indirectly conscious of the absolute truth. It's indirect. See, it's not direct. See, direct is pure, is powerful, is absolute, is what we're meant to be, because the directly conscious is you have to be in alignment with the spirit. See, you have to know that you're spirit and that the Lord is spirit, and you're in alignment, and then you can see directly the Supreme Lord. So you get direct vision of the Lord, complete vision. You see the Lord's absolute truth, you see his Maya. Also, see how the shadow is falling. It's like, person has a shadow. If you would look, you could see the shadow following along. But do you like to look at your shadow? Do you like to walk all day long and look at the shadow? No, usually not. It's like, why would I want to look? I'd rather look at where I can see stuff. So that's devotees become like that. They may look at the shadow to teach, the highest truth distinguished from illusion. So you got to point out the illusion and distinguish the highest truth. That's learning. You cannot learn anything without making a comparison. You have to see the relationship between the shadow and the absolute clear truth, as it is. See? So then you say, and then you stop, realize, oh, I've been looking at the shadow. Let me stop. Let me look at the truth, the conclusive. See? So that's Bhagavatam, and that's the teaching of an empowered spiritual master. Is they're empowered to speak what is written in the book. After you listen here for a while, then you look at Prabhupada's books, you'll see he's even writing in his purports the same way, distinguishing illusion from what is the absolute truth. A lot of people, unless you're empowered, you can't do like that. So not very well, not very clear. Hey, Lilita, welcome. Thank you for coming. Yeah. All right. So he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. And so in this world, there's what? Cause and effect. This is called the illusion. People are caught up in the illusion of cause and effect. See, because they're surrendering to and believing in and meditating on those who have their cause and effect is the illusion by their meditation. So it's like playing a ping pong game. See, so we're meant to be independent of the Maya. Why? Because we're spiritual. Why should a being who is spiritual be dependent on the causes of Maya? The causes of Maya are the illusions that people believe in. See, they need to meditate on the absolute truth. See, that's the Bhagavatam. That's these teachings. Because if you meditate on the absolute truth, the cause of all causes, you become independent also like the Lord. But we're dependent on the truth because that's our nature. And the Lord wants to get in on the act too. That's why he becomes dependent on his devotees. That's why he doesn't just work through anybody. He works on who he chooses. He didn't, and when I say when he's working, I'm talking about his spiritual potency working. That's the important thing. That's what we need to meditate on. We need to meditate on the teachings of those who are represent the transcendental potency, because they're one of the few people that actually know Krishna. Didn't he say, out of many thousands of persons, many thousands of even self-realized soul, hardly one knows me in truth? See, that's the person, the hardly one knows, that's the bona fide spiritual master that we should be listening to, because if you do, you're going to also be like them. You're going to be happy like them. You're going to live like them. Why not? That's the whole point. If I go to a Mridanga master, to learn Madanga, the idea is so that you become somewhat like your teacher, because of the instruction. He's giving the instruction. Well, a spiritual master even more so. Here they're giving you instruction of how to easily transcend the cycle of birth and death, how to come to the level of meditating on the absolute truth and not all these dark illusions out here in the world. Or even in Vaidhi Bhakti teachers and gurus, they take you out of that realm, because even there is speculation. Unless you've one of those few persons who have realized the Lord in truth, then you cannot bring people to that platform. Okay? All people have to do is meditate on your words, and your words, because they're of that vibration of revelation and realization of the absolute truth, people meditating on the words automatically come there. Automatically. See, you're raised to that consciousness. That's why the purification is so intense. You're raised to that level. Hey there. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Yeah. So he first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji. See, and so anyway, this is the transformation you get. Here is you come to the level of becoming like the demigods, even like Brahmaji. See, because he gets revelations. See, in his heart. It's the same thing with realized devotees. When you realize the absolute truth by coming in the real line, you start to also get revelations in your heart. You read these scriptures, you chant the holy name, and the Lord starts to impart revelations on the absolute truth, and it's wonderful, and it's all confirmed. You can prove it. See, you come to the level of Uttamadikari because you begin to be enabled to prove your words to those who are, it's provable too. I mean, a lot of people are so in false ego, they won't even accept the truth because their whole idea in false ego is to be victorious in an argument. So those kind of people will never be convinced. Okay? But those who are really sincere in their heart and honest and are looking for the truth, they'll see, oh, wow, this is great. This makes sense. And then you're elevated also to getting revelation also in your heart, which is wonderful. It's can you imagine you become like Brahma? You become like your guru. The guru is like Brahma. They're a representative of all the demigods, if they're real, if they're for real. But they also have to have revelation in the heart that's proven by, their preaching of what's in the books or their writings in the books. Okay? You can fool neophytes and you can fool yourself, and most people do in the Maya, but you can't fool Krishna and those who the Lord imparts this deep knowledge to, deep truths to, because of their relationship, their authentic relationship. But that's why, you come here, you're going to get treasure. You're going to get real treasure. You're going to hear what real treasure is that nobody knows, that these gurus don't even know. If those gurus knew what real treasure is, they'd be here in a heartbeat, but they aren't. They don't know what real treasure is. If the Lord is fortunate and kind upon them, he'll reveal to them these things. And this is part of it. If I didn't open my mouth about these things, there'd be no hope for the people. They would die in this consciousness. There'd be no hope. That's why Lord Chaitanya opened his mouth, and he's opened his mouth again to help them. Otherwise, they will die in their sin. That's why Jesus said, if you don't accept this teaching or this preaching, which is bona fide, you will die in your sin. And that he opened his mouth, and many did accept in later on. Yeah, because it's like if you have spinach on your teeth and nobody says anything, what happens? You keep it stays on your teeth all the way to you don't get it off. Yeah. So read this, Karuna. Don't just be walking around there. Read that.
Is it possible by Shiva worship that one attains pure bhakti because the path from Shivas differs from the Vaishnavas?
Yeah. Why do you think your microphone's popping?
Oh, I don't know. Water, crap, old, I don't know. Shit.
Well, yeah, sometimes they pop. Okay. Yeah, if you put do you have is it an external microphone or is it is it the inter? Okay, well, is it possible Shiva worship that one attains pure bhakti because the path from Shivas differs from the Vaishnavas? Yeah, it's how you worship Shiva and what's your intention. It's the same thing, how you worship Krishna. See, a lot of people worshiping Krishna for other things other than bhakti, right? So you get the result of that. If you worship Shiva like the gopis did, they worshipped Shiva to get pure love of Krishna. Yeah, they worship for the yeah, and Shiva is a devotee. It's like worshiping Prabhupada. If you're looking for that, if you were like a lot of people worship Prabhupada so they can become gurus. They had that material motive. I couldn't believe it. When I first came and I started to see that, I said, what a crock. My God, I was naive. I thought everybody came to Krishna because they wanted love of God, because that's what I just intuitively, that's all I wanted. I couldn't believe people came, for something else, but, I found out, for the word. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's it there, Amin. You're right. Okay, let's see. Let's go over here. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, it is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed in illusion. And by him, even the conditioned souls are taken out of illusion by him. But who is him? That's his name. See, he's coming and left his name with us. See, so by him, we're placed in illusion. How is that? See, well, he is the modes of nature. And people who meditate and associate with the modes of nature are placed in illusion because of their meditation. And by him, see, representing Krishna is basically showing people, oh, look how nice it is. The Lord is taking me out of illusion. I'm meditating on his name. He's bringing me to the point of ecstatic feelings, of feeling better than any human being can feel by meditating on his illusion. That's basically it. You get a comparison. You can, if you want, look around at the greatest feelings people have in this world, meditating on his illusion, that he is placing them in because of their meditation. But the Lord, actually, he's spiritual and he wants the welfare of others. What does he do? He wants to bring people out. So but they had to do that. He'll bring you out if you agree to meditate on his name, and he'll just take you out. And especially in association of real devotees. Otherwise, you may give it up because look what you have to go through. You need encouragement. You need to be around those who are being taken out of illusion by faith in the name, and you can see it's effective. You can see the medicine of the name is effective. It's not like just a false eulogy. Like Krishna says, oh, bhakti's so amazing and all this and everything. And then Arjuna says, well, why aren't people taken to it? Well, just because they don't have faith, Arjuna. They think it's a false eulogy. Why would they do that? Because they don't see a person out of the illusion by meditating on the name. They can't see that that name must be transcendental. They need examples. They need to see Lalita, Gangas, and Johans meditating on the name, and it's effective. They say, wow, man, look, this person's meditating on the name, and they're being taken out of illusion. I didn't even know what being out of illusion was. You need to be taught by such devotees. Only they know. This is why you got to transcend these gurus that don't know this. Can you imagine? I think it's kind of ludicrous now that I'm thinking about it. That they don't understand that the way to be taken out of illusion is to associate with those who are taken out of illusion, because you could see their chanting of the holy name is effective, because sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry, sometimes they tremble when they chant the Lord's name, just like the book teaches in chapter 23 on Majja Lila, on love of God. Those devotees who chant the holy name in the effective stage, in the prema stage, sometimes they cry, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they tremble, sometimes they call out, "Oh my Lord," just naturally. Because they're so grateful and so happy to be close to God. Now they know their spirit, and they know the Lord is spirit. Why wouldn't you want to learn from those persons who know the Lord? See, that medicine of chanting the holy name is effective, and you can see with your own eyes. They're not a no-shower. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're not going to show you that we're really authorized or not authorized. You're just going to have to guess. Well, the guessing game is over now. Time to show your hand, man. Hey, man, are you a real guru, man? Are you meditating on Krishna's name or not? And is it effective? Because eventually you'll either fall down because you're not really connected to the name, or your disciples will not get any real transcendental benefit because you can't practice pure devotional service. You cannot practice chanting the holy name where people can say that you're lifted up in spiritual consciousness and actually see that. Now, is that offensive just to be able to think logically? Well, this is what I get from being lifted up with the Lord. I present this conclusion that I get from being in all this ecstasy chanting Hare Krishna. This is what the Lord shows me. I show you. You evaluate it and think if this is reasonable. Because, I just feeling it's time to stop dicking around. If you're coming to Krishna, don't you want Krishna? Well, you got to have the right teaching from the right teacher, teaching you the quick way. Quick way is associate with those who chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and you can see with your own eyes that it is effective. You see them trembling, choking up, and laughing and crying, and everything that the book confirms. Chapter 23, you can read it there. Those who are elevated to the level of prema, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry when they chant the holy name. It's effective. The medicine works. You see, it works. It's not like a blind eulogy or people are just jumping up and down like monkeys. Yeah, because we're supposed to be ecstatic. You see the other monkeys jumping up and down, and we're jumping up and down, and we're doing the Swami steps. Come on, anybody want to go deeper? Anybody really want to relish mellows? Anybody want to know what real Krishna consciousness is? Well, that's what we're here for those serious persons. If you just want to jump up and down because others are jumping up and down, or you're just passionate, you got all this energy, and you're not you don't know what mellows are and relishing the name lifts you up, and spontaneously you cry, spontaneously you chant, and you're spontaneously feeling ecstatic feelings. This is that are really pure and purifying and illuminating, and lift you off of the religious platform of religion, and you can abandon it automatically, like the 18th chapter, the last chapter says, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. Those who can do that are the ones who are ecstatic chanters. They don't need anything other than chanting in ecstasy, right? Bhagavad Gita. What do you think, Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter. Abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. How can you do that? What is the effective stage of this surrendering to Krishna? Oh well, yeah, surrender to Krishna means I chant your name and I've become so ecstatic and so intimately connected to you. What do I need religion for? This is a result of religion, is to surrender this Krishna. Now I know what Krishna is. Now I know what Satchidananda is. Now I can show the world what Satchidananda is. See, I ain't afraid. What? I don't care how many people try to repress, suppress, and compress here. Hey, are you kidding? How Satchidananda has saved my life. I want to let the whole world know that. And know the real process of how to attain Satchidananda consciousness, Satchidananda protection of the Lord's really form, so that everybody can abandon religion and surrender to Krishna. Know who that Krishna is. He's Satchidananda. See, confirmed by the train. Hey, that's a mission here. Anybody behind that mission? Come here, see what effective chanting is. See what effective surrender to Krishna is, and abandon all varieties of religion. We can do it because it's effective, this chanting. The devotees are very quickly becoming ecstatic, chanting a name, even hearing glorification of ecstatic chanting, man. But what a new concept, man. They should teach that in ISKCON. Yeah, but you can't teach it unless you're an ecstatic chanter. You can't see the glories of ecstatic chanting. You don't even know. People don't even know this is one of the best places to be on the planet. Any place where people are chanting the holy name in ecstasy is the best place on the planet, but it's pretty rare as far as I can see. They're all no-shows and prancing around the stage with the big sticks, saying, no, this is Krishna conscious, to be in pride, being proud, a proud teacher and giving a nice, proud Bhagavatam class. Or a dry one. No tears, no ecstasy, no realization, revelation, nothing clear, clearly defining the real path of Krishna consciousness that you can attain in this life, prema that you can attain in this life, perfection you can attain in this life. Very little of that going on. Well, anyway, it's here. Yeah. So, see, first verse is very relishable. Srimad Bhagavatam. By him, even great sages and demigods are placed in illusion, as one is bewildered by illusory representations of water and fire. See, that's just when the spirit misidentifies with the Maya. See, here's mundane talks. See, and is meditating on that, and it stays in illusion. What do? Oh yeah, Krishna put you in illusion with his material modes of nature. You believe in that now, and you've been brought into illusion. Ready to come out? Anybody out there ready to come out? You're meditating on his Maya. You're meditating on talks from people who have not realized the transcendental form of Krishna. You ready to come out of illusion? Well, come over here. We'll bring you out very quickly. We'll get you to meditate on the real Satchidananda form of the Lord, and you'll get so juiced up with that. You'll feel so happy. You're so ecstatic. Your feelings will transform into spiritual feelings, and you'll have a spiritual existence again, and not a covered spiritual existence. No, it'll be what's covered will be uncovered. The deity in you will be uncovered, and you will live with that Lord. Now, that's a pretty exciting proposition, wouldn't you say? Now, that's a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, and this, you're being freed from the Lord's Maya. You become independent of the Lord's Maya because now you're dependent on the spiritual potency. And the Lord gets in on it. He likes to be dependent on his devotees who are part of his spiritual potency. He's not dependent on the Maya and those who are meditating on the Maya, and that includes these false gurus. If you're a false guru, if the Lord ain't dependent on you to preach spiritual truth and elevate people out of illusion. That's why you can't just go to any of those thousands of gurus and be liberated. No, you got to find the one that the Lord has a transcendental instrument, a real flute that plays a transcendental song of the highest truth distinguished from illusion to really teach people how to come out of this illusion quickly. See, that special flute the Lord uses. So you come here, you have to determine, is this one of those flutes? So, where's my readers? I need a reader up here. Yes, coming into the temples, thought that everyone was highly elevated devotees. Thought that everyone was highly elevated. I was also naive. Yeah, Govinda Das. Yeah, exactly. They just appear to be. After a while, then you get to see the truth. Okay, what is this here? Dear Gurudev, what I have already understood, what I have already really understood now is that actually me and my soul is by its nature full of bliss and knowledge. That's right. It just has to be awakened again, exactly, by listening to transcendental vibrations emanating from all of you in our Sangha. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's about, man. Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to those who are transcendentally lifted, see, they have to be lifted. You know, if you listen to them, then you will just automatically be lifted. That's, even if you're an advanced devotees, they like to listen to those who are lifted up, and they're lifted up. Why not? It's fun. It's nice. It's refreshing. Otherwise I listened, listen to all those talks out there on Facebook and everything. People, they need to be lifted up, but, they have to basically understand the value of devotees and their transcendental talks that this will lift them above their miseries. Devotees, they become, because they're lifted up above what? The threefold miseries. See, Bhagavad Gita teaches miseries of the body and the mind. See, people go to the big pharma to get over the miseries of their minds. The miseries of the body and the mind. They go to what is it? They have emotional problems. I see it all the time, emotional problems. And they go to big pharma to put down their feelings, make them, subdue them because they're out of control or whatever it is, or the miseries of the body and the mind, and also miseries caused by other living entities. See, these are when you listen to people like this, and your energy is in the modes of nature, causes action and reaction, and you get pinpricked. See, because you're into mundane talks, and you wonder, why am I miserable? Why am I? Well, yeah, who are you hanging out with? Who are you listening to? If you listen to devotees who are preaching the absolute truth, you're lifted to the spiritual platform. You're purified. See? If you listen to people who are meditating on the Maya, the modes of nature, there's more or less misery for you. Includes the demigod types, the good people and the bad people. There's still an illusion, man. See, here, there are talks lead to transcendental bliss and ecstasy above the modes of nature. They lead to the Garden of Eden. They lead to Vrindavan, same idea. The closeness with Krishna, that's the Garden of Eden, that's Vrindavan. Intimacy and ecstasy, close to God. Hey, these talks lead people there. They're the path to that place. See, the talks between these good people and bad people, where do they lead? Bewilderment. Everybody is still bewildered. I mean, if you slowly want to progress, the demons fight the demigods, the good against the bad, and they just many, many lifetimes back and forth back. You come here, narrow gate, man, straight into the garden, very quickly. Okay? You start dropping the baggage, man. All that baggage, all those misconceptions, all that Maya, all those illusions, all those faith in teachers and teachings and even gurus who are not really there in that level of bliss and ecstasy and in the Garden of Eden or in Vrindavan consciousness. Even those speculations, you just, who needs them? Okay? Let me go into the garden now forever. It's a one-way trip here. That's why the baggage starts to drop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hare Krishna. Let's see what else we got here. See? So, Lancy, okay, I'm going to read this again. It's so great. It's really good. It is only he who, okay, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water and fire and land on water, only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him. See how the Bhagavatam is making the distinction. It's showing, yeah, this is the real Krishna. Krishna is the absolute truth. See, you got to be able to understand that. You got to be able to taste that to really get it. See, it's a vibration. It's a level of consciousness. See, and it's distinguished from what? People don't know. You don't know that you're in Maya. You know how many people they think, oh, this is reality. This Maya this is my reality. This is the way it always is, and this is the way it'll always be. I'm just interacting with the modes of nature. Oh, I want to be around good people and see birds of a feather flock together. So I have my good friends, or I'm a Trump supporter, or I'm a Biden supporter. I'm around those who like Biden or those Trumps. See, so this material world keeps going for those people. See, birds of a feather flock together, man. So you're around people in illusion. Doesn't matter, but they're good in the good illusion, man. They're good people in good illusion. See? Or they're bad people, like the Luciferian word, the one eyes. You know, they're all coming out. Hey, man, we're in the entertainment industry. We're trying to get converts. That's what everybody's trying to get converts in this world. In the those who have eaten from the apple in the garden. You know what the apple in the garden is? The modes of nature. They're meditating on that taste of that fruit. See, they're eating that apple, and what do they get? Good and evil. This person's evil, and this person's good, and then the bad people say, it's all about being bad. Just let yourself go, man. Let's follow this path. Let's get converts, man. Let's get people eating their feces and drinking their urine. You know, this is you know, they're really into that. And then there's people say, oh, you see what they're doing, blah, blah, you know, this is not good. This is very bad, the good, the bad, the good, the bad. And you guys play that game for a law of many lifetimes. Right now, the Bhagavatam teaches all these things. Bhagavatam says sometimes the mode of ignorance is empowered. Literally, the empower is stronger, and it overcomes, it fights the modes. This is what they do. Bhagavad Gita teaches all this knowledge, man. You can learn about the illusion. You know, you can learn about these things. See, sometimes the mode of oops, it's not working. There we go. Sometimes the mode of ignorance, it fights. See, ignorance and passion overcomes goodness. And then goodness fights it, and sometimes it overcomes passion and ignorance. That's exactly what's going on here, but nobody knows. People are just taking sides in the illusion. People are in goodness fighting the bad, and people are in the bad saying, no, the bad is good. You should be bad, right? You should eat your feces and do all this crazy things. Oh yeah, just look at it, worship that horn goddess god, or all these things. Weird stuff is going on now because people are all meditating on the illusions. What's their hope? Well, when you get tired of playing those games in the material Maya and are so miserable for it, you can come out of it. The Lord has put you in with his modes of nature and your meditation on it. Why not come out? Meditate on the name of Krishna. He'll take you out. His name will take you out. His name is spiritual. His name is ecstatic. How do you know? Well, come and associate with the devotees chanting that name in ecstasy and are being taken out of the illusion. You can see with your own eyes. Man, they have a different quality of life, different experience of life, a different kind of knowledge, a better knowledge, clearer knowledge, more ecstatic knowledge. It's a better medicine, more powerful. Yeah, that's what the Lord, we're canvassing for the eternal Lord, man, bringing people out of illusion. It's the path. The devotees are the path who chant the Lord's name in the effective stage. Yeah. Hey, man, you come here, you'll be able to abandon religion and being jerked around by materially motivated gurus who haven't achieved the goal of chanting the holy name in great ecstatic love. That you can see here. You can see even in the students who are taking this teaching seriously. Look, the Lord is lifting them out. The Lord is looking. He's saying, look, you believe in where I'm really working. Let me take you out also. You're holding on to your guru, man, I'm using as a rope to pull you out of this illusion. Fantastic. Yeah, take the boons now. You can see the boons of the spiritual energy. What are the boons, man? Your miseries taken away. Threefold miseries go. More and more and more. Freddie still eats apples, but not from the apple. He doesn't eat from the apple of the tree of knowledge. See, all these metaphors, people who understand, you can only understand these metaphors. Unless when you're raised in spiritual consciousness, like when I had my first spiritual experience of being lifted, well, one of them, one of the first ones, I was lifted in spirit. My spirit was lifted and had an out of the body experience, and then come in the body, and then I felt like I had a crown of thorns. Literally, it felt like a crown of, like if you took a thorn bush and stuck it on your head. That's what it felt like. So, that's the meaning of that with Jesus. Nobody knows these things. They all think it's all literal. Well, it could be that too, but it's also about the opening of the crown chakra. Or Jesus, he's on the mountaintop and he's looking up and he sees Moses, and carrying tablets, walking down. Say, yeah, I had that when I was lifted in spirit, man. To me, the metaphor is to be lifted to the crown, which is the highest point on the mountain. It's a mountain here, right? Looks like a mountain too. It's like a bald eagle. Bald eagles, they go up at the top of the mountain, man. You got to become one of those bald eagles who fly up there, man. See, and then you see, oh, wow, you can understand. Now, when I looked at the scriptures after that, raising up, and having these spiritual openings, I look at the scriptures and I see, oh, this is a metaphor for this. This is a metaphor for that. This is explaining this obstacle and that obstacle. This demon represents the whirlwind demon. This is Putana, the two-faced. I could see all these things in these explanations because they're written in story form, and those who are actually devotees can unlock it because of their raised consciousness. That's why you got to go listen to them. Only they can unlock these things. They can see because their Lord imparts all these things in their heart. And those who go there make very quick spiritual advancement. They go to the spiritual platform very quickly. They're raised to that level. See, that's the deliverers. The deliverers are those who really know Krishna and truth. You know, whether you want to say it's Krishna or Christ or Ram but do you know that spiritual essence of the Lord, man? Do you know Satchidananda? Because that's the real God. If you don't know Satchidananda, you're in one level of an illusion or another. I don't care whether you're a guru or not. Do you know Satchidananda? Do you know it? Do you taste it? Do you relish it? Can people see that you're relishing Satchidananda? If you see a person relishing the real form of the Lord, Sat Chit and Ananda, you're going to see a different quality of life in that devotee, a different experience. You're going to see what real spiritual happiness is, what real spiritual bliss is. Otherwise, all the other, and then you'll know everything else you see is an imitation in comparison to that. Now you're learning something. How can you learn about Krishna consciousness without seeing somebody that's really Krishna conscious? How? All you see are people that are not Krishna conscious saying they're Krishna conscious. Doesn't that make sense there? You're a pretty logical guy, Karuna, right? You know, everybody's seen who's not Krishna conscious, and they're all going, see, we're Krishna conscious because you guys don't know, and we're just saying we are or pretending we are. See, that's false acharya, that's false guru. That's false prophet. You don't know. You never seen the real prophet. You don't know their difference. See, that's why you got to be a devotee Bhagavat. You got to be the highest truth in a body, embodied. Then people can start to understand the book when you speak it and teach it. Because you represent the book, man. They can see, well, look at this person. He's raised or she's raised in spiritual consciousness. You know, they have the right understanding. They have the right spiritual feeling. Wow, their feelings are transformed from mundane to spiritual. Wow, it looks great. That's fantastic. Can I also feel like that? Yeah, come along. Come on, hang out with a bunch. There's a lot of us coming to that platform. What is that? A flag or something? Come along, man. Why not? It's great. So here's verse 2. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. See? Why do people fault me? I just completely reject, why? See, the people, they misunderstand. All I'm trying to do is represent the real Bhagavatam. I completely reject all material activities which are materially motivated. I mean, all religious activities that are material. I don't like people who are doing religious activities for some material motivation. The Bhagavatam likes it. Why should I? Why should I promote material religious activities that are material motivated when the Bhagavatam doesn't? See, I'm here to teach people how to take shelter of the real Krishna, which is the real Bhagavatam, right? Logical, Karuna? Am I making sense? I tell you, you got to really chant that name in a lot of ecstasy to think like this. I can't on my own thing. No, you got to... You got to really commune, man. Then you start thinking with a thinking cap. Start, not a dunce clap. Otherwise, you're a cone head. We don't want to be a cone head. Not a bald ego. You'll be a cone head, man, sitting in a corner with the rest of these leaders here. Robert Stevens is back. All right, man. I don't see him up here. Yeah. See, really, just see all these people they're not even started the Bhagavatam yet. That's what I tell them. You're still You have these teachers, often you have these teachers still promoting religious activities that are materially motivated by them. A lot of times they're even gurus because they're materially motivated to become a guru. It's not spontaneous. It's not naturally arising that they're spiritual master. They had to get votes, right? Then Prabhupada said, the real spiritual master, the real acharya, that's synonymous actually. They arise by the will of Krishna. Arise. That means Krishna is arisen in them. Radha and Krishna arise. See, arise. Arise. You don't have that. He is arisen. He is arisen. Krishna is arisen. Radha is arisen. And you forget about being a real bona fide. All you can do is speculate on the Bhagavatam. You're not a real rep of the Bhagavatam yet. Not yet. See, people haven't even started the Bhagavatam in ISKCON, many of these groups. They don't know the Bhagavatam because they're still haven't even gotten through the second verse. They haven't even gotten through the first sentence of the second verse. This Bhagavatam, you haven't heard it from a person who is not materially motivated. They're motivated by taste. You got to find somebody who tastes these verses and loves to glorify the truth, even if they lose everything. Even though, they're preaching for 25 years, doesn't bear any fruit, but just because it tastes so good. 25 years, nobody took this seriously. And I kept preaching. Because there was some taste there and I had the order of Prabhupada. And now it bears fruit. Yeah, that purified me. I got to go to back and forth to Jesus for a while. I got to have these experiences, go into all these different gurus claiming that they really had it and didn't. I got a lot of experience. Now there's some clarity here. Okay, now we got it. Okay. Tired of people interested in name and fame or teaching that it's all about Krishna, because it's all about being austere, all about being without any material desires, and then you'll really know Krishna. My God, if people had to go that path, there'll be a long time without material desires. Because even these renunciates, I got to see that these sannyasis, they had subtle material desires. Oh, please adore me. Oh, yeah, I'm not having sex. I'm controlling all of that. Now I'm like a woman, man. I'm going to the beauty parlor. Oh, worship me. See my nails. See my dhoti. See me. I'm so great. I had to see. Oh, they really transmuted their sex desire into that. Gee whiz. Thank you very much. Great experience, man. Yeah, now I know what is the mercy of God. What is Lord Chaitanya's mercy? I had it from the very beginning. The Lord says, I want to show the world how to get the real mercy, man. It's upon somebody and you just take it like that person is taking it. That's all I do. I'm just preaching what I grabbed. The Lord has given me this. I see it's the real mercy. I see these others are a lot of bullshitters out there. A lot of the Lord's Maya working through these religious persons because they're a materially motivated religion. This Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. It is truth, truth, truth. It is tasty truth. I always knew this from the very beginning. I love to taste the truth. That's what I had to realize, the taste of truth. How wonderful it is. And plant that in this ground of this world, man. Deliver the world by that taste. Hey, material, man. See, even that verse, I could stay in that sentence all day long if I wanted to, but I won't. What's the next sentence? This Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. See, how do you get that, man? That's taste, man. You got to have real Bhakti Lata Beej. You got to water that beej and taste and be ecstatic by communing with God for a long time. Okay? And it purifies the heart. You get very clear about the issues of the real essential issues in the world. Okay. That's why if you don't worship the Lord in ecstasy, your heart is not purified, and therefore whatever you teach in the Bhagavatam will be okay? If you notice people who are worshiping the Lord in ecstasy, they're getting very clear realizations. What do you think, Johan? He read the books. He read the books 5 friggin' times. And now, because of ecstasy, whoa, now I'm realizing why. Because the ecstasy, it's purifying his heart, showing the act. He's becoming a devotee Bhagavat. Lolita also still didn't language and can't understand the thing and all this, but because of ecstasy, she's understanding the essence of the truth, right? All these tattvas she's understanding because of ecstatic worship. That's the only thing that purifies the heart like that. No, you can follow all the rules up to the yin yang. You could be a proud Brahmin like Daksha. See, but your heart ain't purified by the ecstasy like Lord Shiva's heart was. Therefore, he understood transcendental truth. Even the demons, you read the Bhagavatam, you see even those demons had a better discourse on the truth, the absolute truth, than those Brahmins, because their heart was purified by worshiping Shiva and believing in Shiva. They had a better understanding. Okay, it shows you it's not about whether you're a demon or a demigod. You take to the devotees who are purified hearts, see, who worship the Lord in that ecstasy. Lord Shiva is known as a glorification. He laughs and he cries when he worships the Lord. That is very significant. Lord Chaitanya also laughed and cried. Very significant. That's why one of his friends was Lord Shiva, you know. Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, in the form of Advaita. Yeah, so, yeah. See, so again, you know, people don't know what is the gold standard of where to go here from. It's from the devotees whose hearts are purified. And how are their hearts purified? By ecstatic worship. That's why the people come here are usually the jewels. They've done it either in their other lifetime, and they come here into this world and they see this is a bunch of crock of shit, man. This is where is the truth, man? See, and then they come here and they realize, wow, this is a special place. This is what I've been looking for. Look at Shamaguri. She was in ISKCON. She was into Prabhupada from the beginning, man. And she was disheartened by seeing what's going on in ISKCON. What's that? What's going on? I'm not judging, not in that way, just making a judgment, you know, that could be helpful. Yeah, she looked and she wanted to stay on the outskirts because she didn't like what's going on. What was it? A lack of a pure hearts. See, all this material motivated politics and religion, it's still religion. Why? The hearts aren't purified yet. See, so we show the standard. Oh yeah, pure heart is those who worship the Lord in genuine pure love of God. That ecstasy. Where is that mercy of Lord Chaitanya in this world? Well, that's here, my friends. If you know, so and we'll prove it. Stay here 30 days and look. Listen to these discourses, man. Listen to these discourses because of being raised in ecstatic worship, man. You can see with your own eyes. This is a show here, not a no-show. This is a transcendental show. This is a spiritual show here, not a pretending show, not an acting show. You know that. Oh, listen, we're no show. We're just pretending we got the spiritual connection and all that stuff. Or maybe we do, but we're not showing that show. We're not here to show the glories of ecstatic devotion. No, we're not here to teach the glories of ecstatic devotion. Or we'll talk about it, but we don't really have it. All kinds of weird things going on in religion, speculations, and see, and all those persons that are like that don't like this preaching. Oh, hearts burn. Guy wrote a whole book about Raganuga Bhakti, you know, copying, pasting, and putting his purports. Oh, and he hates what I say. Can you imagine? This is where we're at in this world. People go there. One of the persons who left here was teaching from that book. That was probably your problem. So, the highest truth is reality, distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. That's why you see our classes are good for sannyasis. It's good for Christians. If anybody would take time, it's good for laymen. It's good for the gurus. It's good for their followers. It's for the welfare of everybody. Just like Prabhupada's books, for the welfare of everybody. It's understandable. You make it understandable. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. I don't have to give you complicated concepts and all that stuff. Just the plain, simple truth of reality. You know, realized reality distinguished from illusion. So that everybody can get it. So, it's a great verse. I love this verse. So, the highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. That's our success here. Those who listen here, you feel a little better usually. You feel a little more clear. Your miseries of accepting illusions is starting to be uprooted. That's why you go on listening. Listen for a long time and let us keep uprooting all this bullshit you believed in, all these bullshitters you believed in. See, all these illusions you believed in. Do you see why I have to preach like this? Otherwise, how is anybody going to learn Bhagavatam? If you continue to listen to and believe in bullshit and bullshitters, for those who don't really know the absolute truth, you have to distinguish. Yeah, that uproots your faith. Your unhappiness is faith in illusion, man. Faith in those who represent the modes. That's your unhappiness. See, when you realize that and you let it go, oh, wow, man, my unhappiness was faith in believing in the illusion and those who represent the something in the modes of nature. See, uproots all those miseries. Let me just listen to the truth, man. Let me go to Hari Katha. How can you, and then the threefold miseries are uprooted, and then there, after a while, there's nothing to uproot. So what do? You just stay and taste in Ras. Nothing. I don't have it. That's why I don't have faith in these. That's why I preach. Hey, man, I want to help you guys not to have faith in motivated religionists. That's why I'm unhappy. I have no faith in them. I have no faith unless they've realized Krishna. Unless they have love of Krishna, I have no faith in them, man. And that's what I'm teaching here. You want to be happy like this? Don't have any faith in those who don't have love of Krishna. You can't trust them. Yeah? You can only trust those Krishna trusts. Trust to give the real truth to, the real ecstasy to, purify their hearts. Now you're becoming intelligent. You want your miseries to be uprooted? Come here and listen here regularly and see for yourself. See if we're just bullshitting you like these other guys. So yeah, come listen to our classes. Come and serve us. Come give us all your money and let us build all these big, huge temples. We're a very small temple. We like to build big external temples, but our temple is very small because Krishna's not even barely awakened in us or at all. We got a huge temple. You think that temple in Mayapur is big? You should see the temples growing here. They're 10 times bigger than that temple in Mayapur. They're 10 times, because the temple is measured by how much ecstasy there is, how much devotion there is. That's how much weight of Krishna consciousness is. See? There are a lot of gold in those temples, right? A lot of rubies and special, people dumping all their money into those big, huge temples. But how big is your temple in your body, man? How big is your temple in your heart? See, this is the real temple. This is the one that stays forever inside there, your spiritual body. See, how big is your spirit? Is it awakened even? People don't even know what a spiritual body. What is that? I don't know. All I know are rules and regulations and building big temples and going to the temples and the big flowery shows and ceremonies and pujas and all that stuff. What is this thing about a temple in the body? I never thought about that. Well, you come here, you start thinking. You'll start finding out what is really real, what is really Krishna really wants. You know, what you really want, even that you don't even know. Boy, I didn't even think that was available. Yeah, you're going to find out what's really available that you didn't even know was available. You're going to find out what is real treasure. What is the real goal of life here, man? The real goal of life is what you see here. What you see here is what you're going to get, man. What you see there is what you're going to get. Nada, not much, man. Well, you see these dry eyes in these girls, you're going to get a dry eye. You want to stay with that? Or you want wet eyes? You want to, that reflects the real Krishna conscious movement Lord Chaitanya brought. Did he have dry eyes or wet eyes? What about Nityananda? Did he cry and laugh? Or do you want, well, who's representing that real path in this world? Oh! That's the real path, the wet eyes, the laughter, the choking, this intimacy of Vrindavan. Where is that? Uh-oh, Andromeda's not going to like my mood now. See, confirmed by the train. Always, the right thing is always confirmed by these. The train, I'm starting to like that sound. So, this beautiful Bhagavatam. See, you gotta, you gotta see this book is beautiful, man. You gotta see this, you gotta show people that this book is beautiful. You gotta show that this knowledge is fantastic, man. They gotta see that you love this knowledge. You love this book, man, because this book is God, man. This book is Krishna. This book is Radha and Krishna combined. It was written by devotee. Prabhupada was known. He was in ecstasy translating and purporting on his books. You got to see a devotee who was in ecstasy translating, what do you call chanting these verses and purporting on these things, glorifying the absolute truth in a nice way, in a better than nice way, in an ecstatic way, in a way that uproots the threefold misery, where people are becoming happy inside. That's how you test it. Stay 30 days and see if that happens. What need is there for any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam. See, it's all the message. What message have you heard in the Bhagavatam? See, same thing with the Bible. What message have you heard in the Bible? You want to understand the confidential truth preached in the Bhagavatam and how important that is? Take a lesson from the Bible. The external truth was preached by Moses, man. Okay, this is the external truth of God, man. Get yourself ready. Follow rules, regulations, and principles. See? So that was the message, but it had an external result. People just followed rules and regulations, and that's still material. But to do with the material body, fasting, following this rule, that rule, purify your mind. See? So it's still on the material platform. I forgot my point here. Let me see where is that there. Yeah. Here are the man. See, so, and the same thing with Prabhupada. Prabhupada wrote all these confidential things in there, and they're in the verses. But he preached, build the temples, go to work for Krishna. You get things started, man. Follow the rules, wipe your butt with your left hand, shit like that. That is still material, right? Okay, it's good to do that so you don't eat with your right hand, and put that shit in your mouth. Because especially when they were teaching how to eat without forks, right? So you don't want to wipe your butt with your right hand and then eat like that. It just doesn't make sense, but it's still material, right? So all that, and ceremonies, oh yeah, bring lots of flowers to the deities and all that. Come see the deities, go on pilgrimage, go see and not see, go get things started. So that's the message, see? But that message is still Varnashram Dharma and that kind of stuff. Regulative devotion practice. Yeah, follow after he left. Yeah, follow these gurus who have not realized Krishna. Yeah. Keep, doing that. See, where's the love of God? Where's the ecstatic devotion? Well, why do you see it here growing in many devotees? Why? Well, because we're taking that same Bhagavatam and pulling out the confidential message, just like Jesus did. You know what the confidential message is? Listen to the confidential truth of God. It's so fantastic. Listen to God's real glories and how merciful he is and how he's going to liberate you now, because now he has decided to preach the vibration of deliverance. To preach that, here, just listen to this song coming from my confidential flute. Listen to this song of God coming through my real devotee. It's the most confidential truths. And these truths will liberate you because they'll show you the real path. They'll show you the real mercy. You'll experience the real mercy. The real mercy of that spiritual Lord will be manifest through that flute. See? Not for those flutes who are not preaching these confidential truths. See, you're delivered by the message. What message are you hearing? So that's why people say, he's not preaching what Prabhupada's preached. Well, you'll get what Prabhupada preached. What? Rules, regulate. All right. Anybody ready to move on, move deeper? You want to hear the deeper message? The one that he was ecstatic with, writing, but he did it in his own room and in his closet and chanting in ecstasy and realizing these things. But it's just in his books, and he left it for us to pull it out and deliver that message of deliverance now in this life, prema in this life, prema bhakti in this life. For many. And at least if you don't make it to the level of prema, you're going to have joy on this path. Your threefold miseries are going to be uprooted more and more and more. And if you don't want to let good attachments that are not good for you, the Lord will rip them away. He'll do whatever is necessary. Now, that's a pretty good, sweet deal. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth. Yeah, especially Lord Chaitanya. What is the purpose? See, what is the transcendental nature of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya? What is the transcendental nature? What is his nature? He was Satchidananda. They should be teaching more of that in these Vaishnava religions. They should be showing that Satchidananda nature, but usually they can't because it's a pretty high thing. Usually the teaching is, after many lives can you have this prema bhakti. See? But how are you going to know the transcendental nature of Lord Chaitanya? You got to see somebody empowered with that nature. You have to see. Then you start to begin to say, wow, that is the reason for the Lord's appearance, was to bring his transcendental nature and give it to me. Give it to you. To give it to everybody who will accept it. Wow. How easy it is to understand that when you hear it in the right place. Transcendental nature of his appearance is Satchitananda. Don't we promote Satchitananda? That's his appearance in this world, is the appearance of Satchitananda, man. You see an eternal form of a personality, the supreme person. That's why he came, to show that, to show himself. See, he's showing himself. He's in the book, right? Now we just bring them out. See, we bring out, we actually show, yeah, this is Satchitananda, man. Didn't know that, did you, over there in ISKCON? Didn't know Satchitananda, what that was. You have to see a devotee who's a manifestation of Satchitananda. And to be doubly sure, you got to see them making Satchitananda devotees who witness and say, yeah, this is fantastic, man. This is wonderful, this Satchitananda manifestation of the Lord in me, that I got through my real guru that really does the real job. He mops up the place. Soaks up the illusion, transforms it into bliss. Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you for transcendental knowledge about me. See, about me. What does that mean? Satchitananda is what? Very scientific, but it's full of mysteries. You got to hear those mysteries. Please hear from me. You got to either hear from the Lord or from the Lord through his devotee. It's always the same. You're going to hear the same message. Guru is one. The real guru is the Radha and Krishna. And the real guru is Radha and Krishna coming through a real representative of Radha and Krishna in this world. Then you'll understand this bhakti, which is full of mysteries. Otherwise, no way. The Lord reserves the right. If you're not interested in hearing, well, he's not interested in telling you. That's why I honor just the jewels. You come here, that the Lord sends here, that to be instructed with these kinds of confidential mysteries. Every class we have with so many mysteries are revealed. It's so fantastic. Yeah. This is from ecstatic worship. These classes come. See, this is the Lord. See, the Lord is the Word, man. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. See, the Word was with God. The Word comes from the mouth of the ecstatic devotees. The real Word, a powerful Word, the clear Word, the true Word, man. It makes those who are actually purified and are devotees, it makes them very happy. Yeah. Yeah, the devotees and the devotees are so important because they reveal the mysteries of the Lord and the mysteries of the devotees. Otherwise, you just go to the temple and the Lord's like, oh, the Lord is looking so beautiful today. Oh, look at those flower garlands. And then you go away. Oh, the Lord looks so nice. Well, you made a little advancement, but you come here and you see what? And sometimes. And you hear, what do you hear? Ooh, substantial things. The deity ain't speaking to you. Even the Lord said, the deity ain't going to speak to me, but you are, man. You're going to bust my maya. You're going to bust my ignorance. See, 25 years, the Lord stayed a mystery for Johann. See, 25, and he was studying the books, reading the books, everything. And this change with coming here and listening to you, Acharya Srila. Yeah, see, the change came, ecstatic love is awakened, and then you can, learn for yourself. You can relish this transcendental treasure. See, you got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See, this is now you know how to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and you can share that with the world. See that verse, chapter 3 or 4, number 1, Adi Lila. Everybody should read this verse. Chapter 1 of Adi Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, 3 or 4, first verse. And this is a little bit maybe put together with other verses, but the same thing. But very nice verse, beautiful verse. Those who get even a foolish child who gets the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can collect the valuable jewels of the revealed scriptures. See, and what is that mercy of Lord Chaitanya? Is that bhakti that he has. What you see there, when he chants in that ecstasy and all that, has given him the ability to collect the valuable jewels of the revealed scriptures. Now you know how the mercy of Lord Chaitanya comes. It's through his devotees. Yet it is correct. Those devotees who awaken devotion to Krishna. This is from Lord Chaitanya and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna, certainly the spiritual master. See, that's what's happening here, huh? So it doesn't, I don't need any Bhakti Shastra degree. I just need the truth. The truth is those who awaken devotion to Krishna. This is spoken by the Lord himself. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. Well, that's going on here. People are awakening devotion to Krishna. Okay? And you become like that too. You become a real spiritual master, and you can do the same thing. You can pay it forward also. Now, that's a pretty good deal, huh? You become as good as your guru, but not in a weird way, not in the way some of these people who leave here prematurely. Can you imagine? That is stupid, dumb. No, you become a guru like Johan and Lalita Ganga are. You become like that kind of guru. Always dedicated. If you lose your dedication to guru, Maya has tricked you, man. Has thrown you in the mud. You've lost your real connection. So many done that. A lot of Prabhupada disciples, sometimes they come here, they get a little inspired, a little ecstasy, then they go back into their old ways. Anyway, Krishna will get them. One life, two life. What a big deal. No big deal. Yeah, these are mines. These revealed scriptures are mines. These are valuable jewels. That's all. That's the treasure you're going to get here. If you want gold and you want to be a big teacher, you want a lot of disciples and everything, go listen to these gurus in ISKCON. Go to any of them. Go to Gaudiya Smriti, and that's going to be your treasure. See? And then relish that treasure for a while and see it for what it is. All your time and all your energy to become a big sannyasi and a big teacher. See, and just idle your time away and not know that the real treasure is like here, like this. The real treasure is to collect the valuable jewels in the revealed scriptures. Those who are real devotees like Lalita Ganga and Johan are in that, and they never leave their guru. You notice they show the real path. What is it? When you got treasure, why should you do that? The Lord gives you the right understanding, not to leave the guru. See? So they show by example the real path, and they're very happy collecting the valuable jewels, chanting the holy name in great ecstatic love, and relish this intimacy with God. This is golden, man. This is gold. This is the greatest treasure in the universe. That's why demigods would come here. Demigods do come here. You may not see them, but they come here and they listen because they want this treasure too. Why not? It's the best treasure in the universe. Better treasure than they got, unless they got it. And then even if they got it, they love hearing talks about it because so few people do. Few people give talks about it that relish this treasure. Therefore, their talks, their words have weight. to change people, change the world who listen, because people can say, this is an authority here, man. God is working through this person. They are realized. Man, I'm getting realized just here. Man, these words have impact, man. It's like those bombs. They make impact and they explode and do things. Explode the Maya. Blow it up. And then you get the real gold mine, man. You put a lot of dynamite and explode a lot of illusions, man. Just blow it up, all that illusion, so the gold is exposed, right? That's what we do here. It's fun, man. It's fantastic, man. I can't wait for the next session, man. When's that going to start? Put it on the schedule. Hey, I found something might want to explore there. I found you some. It's called Clubhouse there. You're going to love this thing. Check out Clubhouse. It's fantastic. A lot of potential. And it's you don't see anything, but you hear and hundreds of people come to this. I don't know. They like this thing without the video. Clubhouse.
Is that like Bigo?
Huh? It's like, no,
Bigo?
No, you'll see. Clubhouse, download it. It's very interesting.
Oh, cool. Mm.
Yeah, the new toy.
I got banned from Bigo for showing a nipple.
Oh man. The ladies can do that, but not the men.
I was dressed up in drag at the time, so I guess it's a bit weird.
What a rich mood filled with, this was about, isn't it? Collect the jewels. You gotta see somebody collecting the jewels. What is this? All this blah 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 talk. You gotta see a person that plays with jewels, that really loves their wealth, man. Right? If you got some people. You ever see that movie with St. Francis? It's really great, man. He goes in his father, and you see the father with his wealth. He says, I collected all this stuff. And how did he collect it? All these wars, and they're just like now, they suffering. This is the thing. You got to collect the wealth, the adrenochrome, all that stuff to get your high from the suffering of others. He's in there. He says, oh, this is oh, look at this gold. Ooh, and he was so into it, man. See, that's materialists. But you got to see somebody, a spiritualist, with their gold, man, the gold of these words, these verses, these jewels, man, playing with them and just relishing them and just glorifying that spiritual, man. That's a spiritual world. That world is here, man. That world that you got to pierce through the eight material coverings, air, fire, water, earth. And we're not finished yet. Ether. Oh, not finished yet. False intelligence, man. The intelligence of the world is still, and we're not finished yet. You got the false ego that you see in many of these gurus out there. You got to penetrate that. And then liberation, you got to penetrate that, and the super soul to get what you're seeing here in this valuable jewels. Boy, and that's the mercy of Lord Chaitanya here. That's what took me so many years to get clear. It was worth it. It's worth whatever you guys got to go through to get this realization also. That's why don't go take any more of those things. Otherwise, you won't be able to stay around and collect more. Johannes, you know where Johan's going, man.
Yeah. Bigo yoga. No, I'm joking, sorry. Clubhouse, it says project management for software teams.
Oh, wait. You're kind of breaking up with your voices.
Sorry, the microphone isn't 100%.
Oh, there we go. It's better, a little better.
Clubhouse, it's one word, yeah?
Farther away. Your microphone's too close.
Clubhouse is Clubhouse is one word. One
Yeah,
word,
maybe.
yeah?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Clubhouse.
Okay. It says project management for software teams. Sounds a bit professional.
No.
No, no.
Try 2 words.
Okay, 2 words.
Yeah. Okay, back to the verse here. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah. Say a few words. I got to take a second here to relieve myself. Go ahead and say it. I'm
Go. Where is everybody? That meant there's about 10 people live on stream. There's only a picture of my head bouncing up and down. And Maharaj, where are the rest of you? Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. What are you doing? Huh? I'm a busy boy. I have cycling to do and people to meet. I don't be going around. Come on, Tom, get your buttocks up. And I know Lilita's a wee bit tired from her. I hope Lilita's gallbladder operation went well. I saw a little documentary on it, absolutely horrible. Hare Krishna, installing Clubhouse social audio app. So no face, it'll just be audio, just me chanting and singing and listening to music. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let me do a little fucking thingy here so you can see my whole body. There we go. You ready? There you go. Okay. Hare Krishna. Oh, my glasses are gonna fall off. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Go from here, boy. That was me taking the piss out of Nanda Gopi. I'm just taking the piss out of her. I shouldn't really. She's a very nice devotee, very, very dedicated, very sincere. But she does all these videos to advertise, and it's so forced and so. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Hare Krishna. Woo! I'm having a wonderful time. Some nice kirtans coming from myself and Yamuna these days. I'm playing them now on the little sound system on my phone, so I can listen to myself and Yamuna singing. It's very nice. That person keeps fooling themselves around. Hare Krishna. Come on, devotees, get your asses online so we can have some nice interaction. I was going to buy a virtual reality set, a VR, those VR headsets. For £400. But I said, instead of buying it straight away, let me invest it in cryptocurrency, see what happens, and after 3 or 4, take it out and see if I have enough money. Because a friend of mine down the road here, Johnny7, has hooked me up with crypto. I'm not advertising anything. I'm just dabbling in cryptocurrency. And anyway, if I make money, then I can spend it frivolously on Krishna. Frivolously spending on Krishna. I've been doing a lot of frivolous, not frivolous. I mean, getting things ready, camping equipment in case, and a bug out bag, just in case the shit goes down and I have to scarf for a week or two and live on noodles. Tesha Satyoktanam Bhajanti Pirti Purakam Dami Buddha Yogam Tam Yena Mamu Piyati Te Tesha Satyoktanam Bhajanti Pirti Purakam Dami Buddha Yogam Tam Yena Mamu Piyati Te. The thing about Clubhouse is you need your phone, the phone number, but this phone doesn't have a SIM card, so I'll put my phone later on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can I turn the camera around? No, I can't turn the camera around. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I'm down in Snens Market at the moment in Nottingham. Lots of hippies and stuff. I have some music down here. Hang on. Hare Krishna, Hare guys. He's back in the room. He finished to go pee.
Yeah, you know what? Let me also plug this in here. I think I need some juice here now. Hare Krishna. Oh, I should put the generator. Yeah. Generator. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the generator too. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No, River! It's your door! Go pee, go pee, go pee.
Okay.
How close to the train tracks are you?
Here we go.
Maharaj, how close to the train tracks? It's very close.
Oh, real close, like
Yeah, hobo style.
Yeah, hobo style.
You can jump the
Okay,
train for the
let's see
crack.
here. Boy, so ecstatic. Got a lot of coffee left here still. Forgot about the coffee drink today. Okay, all right. So, Isn't it nice to know what is real treasure? And then you actually know it. When you start to play with it, then you know it, man. You start to. How else can you find out that other stuff isn't real? Really treasure. Please copy the Restream link. Oh yeah, here I'll give you the actually Restream. You just go to my page, man. Any Restream link. I'm not going to even give it to you. You know what? Go to my timeline. Practice. Go to my timeline. Go down my timeline. Pick anything. I'm not going to put that thing on there. You just stop being lazy, guys. You know, go to
Yes, or you can, yes. I'll reshare it back up onto his timeline so it's easier for you scrolling inadequate people to do it. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so let's see. It's not on your timeline as usual. You probably have to go down. Okay. Then okay, so you did check it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, he's doing it. You know, I just got a report. You know, I was watching. Cole gave me this thing about these ecstatic Christians, and I was watching. They were really into it, man. They were really getting, you know, they're really glorifying Jesus and really feeling it. It was fantastic. And then he sent it. Cole sent it to Eric. You know, Eric's back into this Christianity thing, and so Eric says that's demoniac. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Now he doesn't have any He doesn't even have the friggin' Christian ecstasy. Who is he hanging out with? My God, the poor guy is really he doesn't have any friggin' ecstasy. If you don't have that, huh?
He's hanging out with his sister. I think his sister's got a bad influence on him.
Oh God. Poor guy. No ecstasy, not with the Christians over here. Okay, anyway. We're all a bunch of fools, so Krishna's working with us. Lalita says, indeed, I knew that Eric was not an ecstatic Christian. Aha. Fake, fake, fake. Aha. The fakes are coming out. You can't, it's not a fake it till you make it thing here. Okay. All right. So anyway, So one who submissively, so as soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. See, and that you can feel that, man. When you're listening in the right place, you're submissively and attentively listening to the message of the Bhagavatam, which is confidential and full of mysteries, just like the verses quoted there. See, and it's established in the heart because the Lord very happy to hear Bhagavatam. He's in the heart. He's very happy to hear it from his real devotees who have real bhakti. That's where and if somehow or other you figure this out and you align yourself to hear submissively and attentively from a real devotee, what's going to be the result? See, the Lord is going to, it's scientific, man. This is the result. I keep saying if you follow the formula, you're going to get that result. The result is the Lord is established in your heart. You can ask so many devotees here if the Lord is being established in their heart because they're hearing in the right place. See, they're hearing. If you hear from gurus or teachers where the Lord isn't established in their heart, it won't have the same result. And people wonder, why am I not an ecstatic devotee? Why do I not know what devotion to Krishna is? Well, you haven't heard the confidential message yet from a devotee. See, that's why you see a lot of Prabhupada disciples don't have this, because they didn't hear the confidential message enough yet. They need more shiksha. If they get more shiksha, then the Lord will be established in their heart, not pride. Oh, I'm a Prabhupada disciple. What is that, man? That's diddly squat. That's material energy. That's going to give you another birth. This here, the Lord is established in your heart. Love of God, love of Krishna is established in your heart. And you're free bird, man. You're like a Narada Muni. We're making Narada Munis here so easily. People are going beyond, Narada Muni, he just got a little ecstasy chanting the Lord appeared in his heart once. You guys, every day the Lord has appeared in your heart. Can you imagine Lalita, Ganga, and Johan, the result of their kind of ecstatic worship, just to be around and see devotees like that? I get auspiciousness just to hear that vibration from them, to see that those are my disciples. Oh my God, what kind of good fortune I got. And anybody else, yeah, right, the one eyes there. Oh, that looks like good weather over there. Must be summertime. This 1-minute video on Bigo is strong to preach. A lot of people start to follow mine now on Bigo. Yeah, because see, you're giving them life. There's no, there's after a while, people, they're looking for life, and you got real life, man. Whoever starts to listen, they start to pick it up. It's all in the hearing thing. Hearing that vibration lifts people. If they just attentively and be a little bit open and submissive, they can be lifted so easily. Yeah. So, O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. The mature fruit. Why was it mature? See, the mature fruit is to share the confidential nature of God, and his relationships with his devotees and his workings in this world. It's fantastic to know this. If you hear submissive, if you think, oh, I don't like this, or I don't believe in this and all that stuff, well, too bad. If you hear more and more, you'll see that the devotees who are actually in transcendental communication with the Lord, you'll be convinced, you'll see that their logic is better than any logic in the world. Their understanding is better than anybody. It gives you more happiness. You may not even understand them fully, but still your happiness will increase in their association. When Lord Chaitanya was here and he met the Mayavadis, who, he was, they couldn't right off understand his ecstasy and his understanding from that because it's so deep. They said, we accept Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because we just listening to him, even though we don't understand him very well, we feel more happy than in our Brahman discussions and speculations about who is God and what. We feel raised to a higher level of happiness. That is how it is with devotees. If you just in their association, maybe you don't understand them very well, maybe you don't understand their ras, but just being around them, your happiness will increase, your miseries will decrease. That's the auspiciousness of being around that vibration, just the vibration itself. Yeah. Oh, Bhakti Tom, sorry. There you go. Here he is, Bhakti Tom, welcome. You look grayed out. Why are you so gray? Can't even hear you either. You're gray and can't hear you. Let's try, let me take you off and on again.
Hare Krishna, test.
Yeah, why are you so gray?
I don't know. My clothes are also gray.
Okay, anyway. So read text number 3.
You have to tell me more. Text number 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, text number 3, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1.
Chapter, please.
Oh, chapter 1. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse number 3.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Hare Krishna, chapter 1. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O expert and Jai Shri Haridas. expert Sri Haridas. Jai. O expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. The mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanates from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. It emanates from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore,
so see, if you're an expert and thoughtful person, the Lord will say if you're a thoughtful person, say if you're a really suffering person, if you're really a lucky person, the Lord will lead you to a Shukadev. The Lord lead you. See, Shukadev enjoys fruit. See, parrot. Shukadev means parrot. And it would peck at this. See, it tastes fruit. See, the fruit. And the fruit, it tastes the fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam. So when the devotee who is a Shukadev, you got to be a Shukadev. Shukadev is one. And tasting this sweet fruit of the Bhagavatam. And see, he's pecking at it. And it becomes even sweeter. This is the idea. See, Johann was reading the books 4 or 5 times. Obviously, there's some sweetness there. See, now he hears that Bhagavatam, okay, from a Shuka, from who's tasting that sweetness on another level. What happens? It becomes even sweeter. See, that's why you got to hear from a real devotee who is tasting the sweetness of Bhagavatam. You cannot preach this unless you can taste this sweetness. Really. And you see how the result was. Maharaj Parikshit went back to Godhead like 7 days. Because he became so attracted to hearing a devotee who is really relishing serving the Lord with loving service like that. This is the loving service of the Lord. Can you imagine to lovingly serve the Lord? You think it's a bunch of work. Yeah, it's working this, man. Yeah, working the tongue, man, working the lips, working the teeth. Yeah, enunciating these vowels, man. You're better than even a Brahmin. You're better than 1,000 Brahmins when you can taste the nectar of this Bhagavatam. That's what we're doing here. We're making people that are better than thousands of Brahmins who can't chant these verses with this kind of ecstasy, this kind of bliss, this kind of relish. Okay? Powerful, you know? And so expert and thoughtful persons come and relish, man. You know, just by hearing this verse, you can become an expert and thoughtful person just by coming here and hearing the shuka, hearing the taste of the sweetness. Can you see? Do you see somebody here actually tasting this sweetness there? Do you see somebody enjoying, glorifying the absolute truth? You know, just like a person enjoying, glorifying a very, very great 16-course meal. This is what you got to see. That's the shuka, man. You know, you cannot imitate this, but that's why, you know, you go, blah, 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 these boring blah, 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 blah. You got to see somebody really into their food, you know, really chewing their food well. See, this is the real food, man. And if you like this, now you're getting Mahaprasad. This is real remnants here, man. When you otherwise, well, you're like many of these people in religion, in Vaishnava religion. You're out there, yeah, still eating the remnants, man. Oh, man, this is great remnants, everything. Hey, once you come here, Hari Kata, here. Oh, no. I still eating that, you know, with the, you know, over the prasadam and getting belly aches, eating too much prasad. Or, you know, or eating enough. But still, I'm still doing that. Here, this is real food, man. This is the food of the acharyas. This is the food that Prabhupada was relishing in his room, intimately writing these verses in Bhakti Vinod. He would write these verses in ecstasy. He's eating food, man. See, this is the food. And when you like to hear these verses written by these acharyas, man, you like to hear them spoken. Now you're getting a real meal. Now all those little remnants you got from eating the guru's food and all that, and Lord Jagannath Prasad has borne its real fruit. Now you're eating spiritual food of spirit. The word of a devotee is spirit, man. If you like spirit, that means you're becoming awakened. You know, now you got the result of all your fasts, all your following rules and regulations and ceremonies and going on pilgrimages to holy places and dry chanting is to culminate to hear from a shuka, from a devotee who is relishing transcendental food of the word of God, the name of God in ecstasy. Ta-da! Go ahead there. Couldn't help myself. I think you're muted there.
Yes, I'm here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful.
See, that's how it is. You can read the Bhagavatam, you can hear the Bhagavatam, but when you hear a devotee speaking, and the devotee themselves, that realization is from a devotee, man, because when they speak the Bhagavatam, it even becomes sweeter for them. See, both the speaker and the hearers are uplifted, you know. And if it's not like that, you're not in the right situation yet. So all of your fastings, all your rules and regulations and varnashram dharma is leading to the devotee. Then you're able to kick the religion away. You don't need it anymore. You don't need to be bossed around by a bunch of rules and a bunch of rulers here. You see, here you're bossed around by Radha and Krishna. It's great. They're very bossy. and you love it, man. It says, yeah, man, Radha and Krishna, they're my boss now. See, this tasting, You know, Radha gives you, oh, here, I want to give you a boon, man. Here, I'm going to give you the boon to taste these transcendental words in this Bhagavatam, which are my life and soul. They're her life and soul, man. The words is the word of God is her life, man, because she's intimately with that word. See, that's why it's both God and the worshiper in that way. See, you get this boon. Read that last sentence again. I forgot where it was.
So, Hare Krishna. It emanates from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful.
See, it emanates from Sukadeva Goswami. That means when this stuff emanates from a devotee, see, guru is one. When you get that guru who is used by Krishna, that's where you're going to get that tasteful experience. You're going to experience the real Bhagavatam now, especially when they're revealing to you the confidential secrets of Bhagavatam, and not some just, yeah, well, here's the Bhagavatam. Well, you know, that's postgraduate to understand it, but here's some preliminaries. You know, rules, regulations, build the temples, do all that, do fasting, go on pilgrimage, you know, that stuff. But no, it's all culminating ultimately as you sit before a Shuka. They got to be qualified by being used by Krishna as a by medium. And you hear now the confidential truth of Bhagavatam. See, not a discourse on the external preliminaries. Like Veda Vyas, he taught the external preliminaries in the rules, regulations, and Varnashram Dharma, and liberation teachings also. And he was dissatisfied until he wrote the real Bhagavatam. See? And then he spoke it to his son. See, and then his son spoke it to Shukadev. See, they become qualified. Go ahead there, Tom.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, it emanates from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls.
So, yeah, and you could see people are reading Prabhupada's Bhagavatam, right? And they like it. Okay? And then it becomes even more relishable when you hear it from a Shuka, from a real devotee who has real bhakti, real devotion, who has real attachment to the Word of God, who loves the Word of God, loves even the name of God. And you can see that they love the name of God. They're showers. They're showing the real path. They're showing that they are the path. You know, they are that truth, man. That truth really comes and emanates from their mouth, man, because you can see there's relish there, there's taste there, there's experience there. Everything you've been looking for in religion is perfected in this hearing from that kind of place. Is that right? Does that make sense? Do you see why Maharaj Parikshit went back to Godhead so quickly? Do you see why people here, many of them, go back to Godhead real quickly without ever even leaving this planet? You know how you know they're back to Godhead? Godhead comes to them and they live in chanting the holy name with ecstatic love of Krishna, love of that name. And that's proof they are in Godhead, even though their bodies are still here. See? That's where it's all lead. That's how much potency is here in this Sangha here. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes.
Try to just focus too. Just listen to.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
You know, don't be thinking around and all this stuff and writing. Really hear these things. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. No, I have to. I lost it.
Yeah, get it back. It's first canto, first chapter. You know.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. You made me nervous. Hare Krishna. No tension. Hare Krishna.
Hurry up.
Yeah, like that. Oh, I'm very vulnerable for that. Very
sorry about that.
Hare Krishna.
We'll toughen your skin up here, man.
Yes. Everything is an exercise here.
Yeah, it's an exercise, man. We'll toughen you up so you're not so porous when you listen to the Mayavadis out there. See?
Okay.
Confirmation. Okay, go for it.
Text 4. Once in the holy place in the forest. Once in the holy place in the forest of Naimi Shairanya. Great sages headed by the sage Shaunaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees.
If we had 1,000 years, I bet we would do this every day for 1,000 years. We're already proving it. You know how many people come here every day already? It's proof that we must be in the right place for every. Can you imagine having church every day? Not even the best ministers, not even the best gurus can have church every day or a temple every day like this. You know, I mean, really, I mean, and multiple times a day, where even the students are getting up and getting into the act. You see, this is how it is. These sages thought, man, this is the most auspicious path, is to sit in front of this shuka, this sutta. Sutta Goswami, Shuka Dev, same. See, same God working through them in the spiritual potency. And just sit here. We're going to do 1,000 years of just sitting and listening every day. This is going to be our sadhana. This is going to be our sacrifice. Yeah, no, we're not going to spend all our life. You can see, I'm just telling you what's in the book, making it real clear. You Varnashram Dharma proponents who are spending all your time following Varnashram Dharma, they said, no, we don't want to spend our time just perfecting Varnashram Dharma. It will take many, many years to be perfect in the rules and regulations and wipe my butt just perfectly. So everything is just right the way I do it, and it's very graceful. You know, to get that grace could take many years of wiping your butt just the perfect way, or do the puja just perfectly. Yeah, we don't want to spend all our time. We just want to sit before you and hear the jewels, man. Hear the essential conclusions and see you play with real wealth and see how happy you are with the wealth. We just want to hear that. We want to partake of that sacrifice, man. That's what we'll do. We're going to abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to Krishna, because Krishna's coming through you so clear, so precisely, so ecstatically, so perfectly. That's all we need. You don't think God's going to be pleased with you in a place like that, which is here? You think you need to do anything else? That's why my students go far beyond 100 of those gurus out there that don't have any idea what's going on here. It's so powerful like that. That's why you see abandon all variety. No problem. No brainer here. Yeah, no, I've found God. We have God. We have God. Radha and Krishna come here every day. Can you imagine the potency here? God, Krishna, and Radha, and Lord Chaitanya, and Nityananda coming every day. You got proof of that every day. We couldn't have this understanding. Couldn't have this ecstasy unless they were here. What else do we need but them coming every day and giving us darshan? Isn't it all about darshan, Tom? Isn't it? You just get darshan every day. Don't you feel enlivened for the day? Man, my whole day flies by just from this darshan here. Everything else is gravy after that. You know, every day people go to the temple. Here, every day we're going to the temple. Not only that, Krishna's coming to our temple. You notice that? We're not just going to his temple. He's coming to our temple here. Wow. Amazing. Can you tell the signs of Krishna coming to the temple and Radha coming to the temple, Lord Chaitanya? Well, that's the ecstasy. That's the conclusiveness. That's where Shukadev, the one spiritual masters, are going to be. And the unseen, the Lord, Radha and Krishna, are going to be preaching the essence of truth because they love truth. They show that love through their devotees. They show, wow, this person is showing me what is real in word and in deed. In word and deed. Indeed, the word. Go ahead, Tom, read some more.
One day, after finishing their morning duties by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seed of esteem to Srila Sutta Goswami, the great sages made inquiries with great respect about the following matters. The sages said, "Respected Sutta Goswami, you are completely free from all vice. You are well versed in the scriptures, in all the scriptures, famous for religious life, and in the Puranas and the histories as well, for you have gone through them under proper guidance and have also explained them."
Read that again.
The sages said, "Respected Sutta Goswami, you are completely free from all vice. You are well versed in all the scriptures famous for religious life, and in the Purana."
This is well versed in all the scriptures famous for religious life. He wasn't into the fluff. See, the Varnashram only, it was more into what is the real name and fame of the Lord. See, well versed in that. See, in the essence. They wanted to hear that essence, not all the fluff. All the, the preliminaries and all the, the scriptures and, no, you're well versed in what's real religious life, the essence. Go ahead.
You are well versed in all the scriptures famous for religious life, and in the Puranas and the histories as well, for you have gone through them under proper guidance and have also explained them. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Sutta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead, and you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them.
Isn't that interesting? Those who become submissive here, and they get the favor. And they get, see, when you please the guru, because you're actually pleasing their heart, when they see people are listening and they're getting it. This is the secret, the submissive hearing. And you see people doing that, coming to that point, that's a surrender. I notice that when I chant too, when I'm chanting and in this mood of surrendering to the name, it becomes really, Krishna really likes that. Oh, wow, he surrendered, the devotee's surrendering to me. And then, therefore, he surrenders to the devotee. You see? So surrendering like this. And when people are submissive and submissively listening, it's like surrendering to the Lord, because you're surrendering to what the devotee is surrendering to. These revelations and realizations about the scriptures and their glories. So read this, Tom, here.
Here it is so intense, even if it's a 4-hour class. Gurudeva and I can't get enough, so I come every day.
That's great. See, that's great fortune to be attracted to Harikatha like that. Even Look at already 3 hours. It just flies by. It's like, can you imagine? How does 3 hours go that quick? It's amazing. But you know what? I think I'm going to stop it here a little bit because I need to move around a little bit. It's my body. It needs to do that a little bit. Okay, so
can I tell a short realization?
Yeah, please. Yeah,
with reading this and listening to this, I got this picture that when a person goes to a lake, yes, and wants to relish these exalted transcendental qualities, yes, he can come to the lake, but he needs an example how to drink it. He needs a person to show him how to drink from the lake. So it's a personal communication. It's needed to really relish the nectar, really relish the qualities.
Yeah, you got to show how to drink this nectar. You got to show it, literally. You got to be seen. They got to people like a father and a mother. They show how to do something, and then the child can learn. That's how it is. That's how the Lord taught. That's how this can be taught only also. Yeah. So Amy or anybody else, if you missed any of this, you can just watch the replay. Try not to miss it. Get up a little bit earlier if you can, because it's great live. It's just fantastic, man. You know, today was amazing. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody, and we'll see you a little later. Fix your camera somehow. See what's wrong with it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, check out Clubhouse also there. Anybody else, check out Clubhouse. It's a app. It's pretty neat, you know.